showcasing Brian David Harden, and he's talking about this video, what he calls the evolution of consciousness, which is, I used to call my workshop that I teach Total Consciousness Revolution. So that's kind of like a little thing there. You might ask yourself, why is this guy showcasing other people when he's like supposedly trying to teach language lessons of the heart? Well, the reason for that is simple, is that it is a language. What's happening in the world is a great awakening. There's all kinds. You're awakened to the strange things that are going on in the world, and you're awakened to, the doctors aren't doing right, the government's not doing right, and it's like all these lies and illusion that's going on out there that doesn't match with your inner reality. And what's driving this awakening, this great awakening that's happening all over the world, is actually inside of each human being, in their spirit, their heart, and their will, and then in our whole body. That is the reference for truth. And then there'll come a time in this awakening when you see so many lies out there, you say, this is a lie, and that's a lie, and this is a lie. And you keep pointing to them. This government did that, and this agency did this, and their war over there. These are all lies. Well, at some point you have to have these other three things pointing back at you and seeing that there's a lie going on inside of you too. And that's what language lessons of the heart is all about. And everybody's talking about it a little bit differently. So Brian David Harden is talking about it in a really great way. And what I like about him is he's very congruent. That is, his emotional body is strong, and his head is clear. So this thought and feelings working together produce amazing insights into life. And perhaps you can hear his words better or more complete or fuller than the way I have talked about it, which is okay. So I've shown you like teachers and masters and other people who are healing, and they're all talking about the same thing: going within, touching your heart, healing your emotions, taking care of your old wounds, enlivening what has been dead. And because we have never thought about this at all, our whole world is outside. So it's always them and those and they and the government and the teachers and the family and him and her, and it's never us within, our inner family. So it takes a while to learn, oh no, this is actually going on inside of me. And if it's not right outside of me, it's not right inside of me. So that's why I showcase other people, so that you get the words and the meaning coming from different angles about this awakening that everybody's going through. And also, he has so many keen points. It's not just your thought and your feeling. It's not just your thoughts and your feelings that have to be congruent, but you have to be able to come from your heart too. And this is the inner world. This is the inner landscape. This is the inner language. And I think he's on the right track. That's why I'm showcasing this little clip of his video.
So today I'd like to talk about the new paradigm, the new way of thinking, the evolution of consciousness. And it's really from the head to the heart. The indigenous people say that the greatest distance isn't from here to there. The greatest distance is from here to your heart, from your mind to your heart. And it's where we're all traveling from this place of knowledge being the king, we are what we know and what we think, to a place of heart, of feminine, to where we let our heart take lead, where what we feel, our intuition, the we comes to be important as opposed to the me in the mind. So we're all making this shift. The whole evolution of consciousness is shifting. It was said that it's no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society. And I believe this is absolutely true. We all have been going through this life where we're connected to a society that doesn't really work for us any longer. It might have worked in time of war or something, or it might have worked before we had electricity, before we had the information age. But we've gone through several different processes. One was the Industrial Revolution. It was the physical stuff. Now, I relate to this to the body, the mind, the spirit. The physical stuff was the Industrial Revolution. We created things that we had never had before. Before that, we were chopping wood and carrying water. Now, all of a sudden, we have lights and electricity that's working. We have cars, we have planes, we have transportation, we have items that had never been manufactured, and the whole world had that. So that was the physical revolution. Then we had a mental revolution, was the information age, and that came with the advent of telephone, television, the radio, the computer, and all of a sudden information is being shared instantaneously around the world. And so that has been the mind, the physical revolution we had, the mental revolution, and now the whole planet, everyone is going through a spiritual revolution. It's this place where we're moving from our head to our heart. The heart takes lead. They typically call it a feminine attribute of the heart, the intuition, but everybody on the planet has it. All men have the masculine and the feminine, all women have the masculine and the feminine within them. And so we have the society where we now live in a nation where doctors destroy health, where lawyers destroy justice, where universities destroy knowledge, where governments destroy freedom, where the press destroys information, and religion destroys morals, and our banks destroy the economy. And this is not a society that can continue. It's one that's breaking down in all aspects, and you can see it in all ways that we're living. And we, the people from the entire world, are getting sick and tired of being sick and tired, and we're making this change to where we no longer see the world serving us, and we're redesigning the world. So Buckminster Fuller says, you never change things by fighting the existing reality. To change something, you have to build a new model that makes the existing model obsolete. And this is what we all are doing on the planet. We're all coming together and we're holding these systems accountable. Who would have thought 20 years ago that one of the biggest companies on the planet would be a company that had a website that was just a white page with a little blank spot that you put a name in, and you press a little button and it tells you all the information about what you wrote in that little space. It's called Google. And that company got so big that they created a mapping system for the entire world. They created YouTube, which they give away free video to put up anywhere, and anyone from around the world can watch it. It's the media exchange system that's free. And who would think giving away things for free would be a good model? Well, in this new paradigm, it's a win-win-win situation. It's about we. It's not about me. The old paradigm, the dying dinosaur of companies, are the ones that are thinking, how much can I still get? And profit maximization and all this other stuff. Well, that's not authentic. That's not thinking for the future. Native Americans look into the future of 7 generations, and they make decisions according to how it's going to affect the world 7 generations from now. And our old paradigm way of thinking was, what can I get for maximizing profits this month, this week, this year? It's an insane system. We've got a monetary system based on infinite debt. We've got a limited planet with a system based around infinite debt. It's insane. We also have been extracting minerals and other things from our entire Earth at a rate that's unsustainable, that we must replenish it, we must rebuild it. It's insane that we do that. We also treat war and violence and the way we treat people wrong. We hit them and we say, don't hit. We bomb a country because they might have a bomb. It's an insane way of being. And lastly, we judge people. in that old paradigm way where we think that because their skin color is different or their country is different or their religious belief is different, that we should hate them, that we should bomb them, we should kill them. Well, we all on the planet know better. The old paradigm is morals, they come from your head. The new paradigm is ethics, and it comes from your heart. And our heart says that we are all more similar than different, that there's no reason to hate one another, there's only reason for love. So what causes all those problems in the world are ignorance, greed, fear, and these patterns of these old paradigm ways of doing it. Well, this has always worked. Well, it doesn't any longer work. So we together are coming together and creating a whole new system that will benefit all people of the world, that are going to be in harmony and in balance with all systems of the world. My belief is that ethics from the heart, ethics must overcome ignorance, greed, fears, and then these patterns of old. And we together are doing it. So how I end things are laugh more, worry less, love all. Thank you.
We can only escape from the world by outgrowing the world. Death may take man out of the world, but only wisdom can take the world out of the man. As long as a human being is obsessed with worldliness, he will suffer from karmic consequences of false allegiances. When, however, worldliness is transmuted into spiritual integrity, he is free, even though he still dwells physically among worldly things. Manly Palmer Hall.